Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is up? The King of Lightning here today doing Shingeki no Bahamut episodes 7 and 8 review. So once I do this video, I'm going to be up to date. I'll be on board, cruising, sailing along with everybody else, not lagging behind. So this is episode 7 and 8 review. And I gotta say, man, episode 8 is very important. It is probably the most important episode in the entirety of the show thus far. Because you have the reveal of the Demon Mastermind. You have the connection between Lavale and Amida revealed. We have who Amida's mother is and her importance overall. And what actually happened. Why Amida is so childish. So we find out a lot of things in episode 8. Episode 7 is just the continuation and the conclusion of the fight between Azazel and his boys against, if you would, Jeanne d'Arc and her soldiers. I mean, technically it's the Kings, but the Kings at this point in time, I forgot his name. The King right now, he's fallen from grace, pretty much. I mean, he's pretty much been fallen from grace for a long time because he's been very jealous, very envious of Jeanne d'Arc, who was chosen by the angel Michael, but for sure, episode 8, he's fallen from grace completely. Now, overall, let me go to the basics here for both episodes. Animation and pacing for both episodes, as usual, pretty damn good. I mean, honestly, when it comes to this season of anime, Shingeki no Baha Muu animation is one of the best. It's phenomenal. And the fight scenes, I mean, first of all, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, when the cat dude, episode 7, you have the cat man. Like, Azazel's like right-hand man. Like, if you would Nappa. Because Azazel's like Vegeta, right? So, basically, you have the Catman. He comes out beastly as fuck, like Tornado. You have the giant, like, sentinels that protect the city. They got blown back. Everyone's getting blown back. Jeanne d'Arc standing her ground. And this Catman, Tornado, in the middle of that shit. Like, humans know your place. Your strength is minuscule compared to ours. And he's just, I'm like, that was a beastly scene. The Catman was like a threat. When this dude came out with that cyclone, he was a massive threat. And then, no, Jeanne d'Arc winds up overcoming him with a very nice play with her and, like, I guess you would call them the holy mages, and she gets blown back into the air. They make these, like, air steps for her, where she runs on them, grabs her spear, which she calls forth, and then just stabs the dude. Now, in episode 8, she gets a new weapon. She gets a sword. And I forgot what it was called, but apparently it's a God Slayer sword. It can actually slay gods, so it's very impressive stuff. So, the angels are clearly impressed with Jeanne d'Arc and how they overcame the situation without their help. And pretty much, they really believe that Jeanne d'Arc, she is worthy of becoming a holy warrior at some point in time. I think she is the one, in their minds, able to control Bahamut. She is the legendary individual, supposedly, even though we kind of know, given the opening, and given a lot of hints in the story, that it's Amida. Now, that being said, the Catman disappointed me. Azazel and so we have not only the Catman, who was kind of like very meh. Like, he came out beastly, but overall was like, nah, and he's pretty much dead, I think so. But then you have Azazel. And him and his fight between Favaro and Kaiser was overall very small scale. Which at first threw me off because Azazel, from my understanding, is more powerful than Mr. Catman. Pazuzu, I think his name is. So, it was shocking to see such a small scale, but then again, he was going up against Favaro and Kaiser, not against Jeanne d'Arc. Jeanne d'Arc, her scale is huge in comparison to Kaiser and Favaro. So, what you have here is, in essence, Azazel just dicking around with Kaiser and Favaro for a while. Like the one scene where you're thinking, oh shit, Favaro and Kaiser, they did it. They had a nice combo. Like, Favaro was about to die. He blocks the attack with his own tail. And then Kaiser grabs the sword that he dropped. Kaiser goes dual wield. Azazel's gonna take out Kaiser. No, Favaro stops him with his own tail. And then Kaiser stabs him to the chest. You think, oh shit. Like, Kaiser and Favaro, like they just killed Azazel. Azazel's like, oh. Just kidding. And like, yo, okay, all right, fine. So clearly he's digging around. I mean, he pulls off a lot of scumbag shit, and his justification is simply put, well, yeah, I'm a demon. Like, that's what I do. Like, you have Favreau, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna hold off Azazel. Kaiser and the zombie chick, Rita, they are carrying Amira, and they're running away. And then Azazel just makes these, like, undead dudes to follow them. And Favreau's, what the fuck? It's like, it's not fair. You can't do that. It's like, well, yeah, I'm a demon. Fair is exactly in our dictionary. We pull scumbag shit. That's what we do. When you're not looking all of a sudden, yeah, dick punches. So stay focused. So obviously, I did like that part because it just shows you that when you have the angels that are regal, that are noble, they won't pull these kind of things. And then you have the demons where they no qualms, torture, scumbag moves, sneak attacks. They love it. That's all they're about. Masterminds in hiding. That's all they're about. So episode, and the fact that you have that one final move where Kaiser, in essence, was willing to sacrifice his life in order to distract Azazel, and then allow Jeanne d'Arc to fire off the final attack with her spear. Again, pretty impressive stuff. But the main thing here that was very important, because character-wise, it was the same for most characters, but it was actually very important, episode 7, the fight between Azazel and Favreau and Kaiser. It was very important because we got to find out something unique about Favreau. From his character standpoint, we find out that he purposefully made himself Kaiser's rival, so Kaiser would have the will to stay alive, despite the fact that his father was executed along with the majority of his family, and his household position was brought down from knighthood. Something where, obviously, Kaiser may have committed suicide because of the dishonor upon his family and upon his name. But it was Favreau who became his rival, who claimed to be the killer of his father. That was the one that led Kaiser to his current situation. So in essence, if not for Favreau posing as Kaiser's killer, Kaiser would have probably committed suicide long ago. So that's a very fascinating concept, because it shows that even though Favreau is someone who is, like, he's not exactly like the most noble of individuals. He seems very selfish. His ego is kind of fairly large. He is a playboy. He does all these things that wouldn't be considered noble, chivalrous, knightly, if you would. But at the same time, some of the underlining things that he does would be worthy of someone who is, let's say, of a knight status. Where in episode 8, even though he doesn't want to be knighted, it is kind of fitting in a rather strange way. So Favreau's character has a very odd expansion, because Favreau himself, you wouldn't expect him to be a knight up front, given his personality, given his demeanor, given his ambitions, if you would. I mean, for him, it's like basic money and women and call it a damn day. But at the same time, it's the underlining things that he does. It's the things that he does on the side, the things that you don't normally catch. And then when you find out that he's willing to do something like that for Kaiser, where I'm going to be the villain, so you can stay alive, so you can have the will to live, despite the fact that your father was executed and your name is no longer that of a knight status. So, again, I gotta give Favreau a lot of credit there. And even still, in the midst of that fight, even though he has Azazel admitting that, yeah, I'm the killer of both of your fathers, he's like, no, like, fuck that shit. Like, you're a scrub demon. You're a scrub demon because, in actuality, I'm Kaiser's killer, still maintaining that facade, despite evidence to the contrary. So, I did like that a lot. Now, and the fact that Kaiser, he seemingly knows, like, he now probably knows that, yeah, in fact, Azazel is my father's killer. But still the friendship between the two grew. So in that sense, the main thing for episode 10 or episode 7 is more or less the character growth and interaction between Kaiser and Favaro. Now, episode 8 is actually more important because it's huge in story, massive. First of all, we find out who Lavale really is. Lavale, he is not the father of Amida, which was hyped up to be the case, but in fact, he was a guard for Amida's mother, Nicole, where Nicole, she had a demon lover, and they gave birth to Amida, and she was banished from heaven, or the realm of the angels, whatever it's called. Point here is that she was banished. She can no longer return there. And pretty much, it was his job of protecting her. However, some very powerful demon, did come and pretty much take over the situation at hand, in which the demon just grabbed Amida and killed most of the guards, and Nicole went off on a journey to find her daughter. So it's fascinating. Then we find out that apparently the demon, who we later on find out is Beelzebub, or I should say early on, because that happens early on in the episode. Beelzebub accelerated the growth of Amida, and in cohesion with the other demon, Martinette, they convinced her that she had a mission, and that was to gather the God keys to awaken Bahamut, and she's doing so instinctively, because you see an episode at the beginning of episode 8, at the end of episode 7, after the credits, she's facing the statue Bahamut, and like Amina's body somehow like syncs up with fucking Bahamut, and he's just chilling like, yeah, and he's just like, it's epic. Like I can't wait, dude. Fucking Bahamut, nigga. I can't wait. I can't wait. I have no idea. I'm psyched. When this dude breaks out, when he's like, fuck it, yeah, and he starts laying waste to everybody. I can't fucking wait. I can't wait. But, thing is this though. It looks like the masterminds are Beelzebub and Martinette. That's what it looks like at this point in time. What their agenda is, I don't know. I mean, apparently they wanna bring Judgment Day. They wanna just destroy the fucking world. And the way they're gonna do it is fucking Bahamut. So, fascinating. And then you have Lucifer. We get to see Lucifer for the first time. Lucifer, this dude's decked out, man. This motherfucker's decked. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, leader of the fallen angels over here. Decked. My God. So, he's clearly no joke, but for a while now, I think he's purposefully let Beelzebub do what he wants to do. Like, I'm not too sure at this point in time if Lucifer and Beelzebub are against each other. It seems to be the case, but I'm not too sure because Beelzebub is saying, I want to revive Satan in front of Lucifer. However, to Azazel, before we wiped him out, because Azazel, I think, is still alive. He just got knocked out. Though Gabriel's war angels that were on the search for Azazel, who wanted to bring it to Beelzebub, Beelzebub was so powerful, the war angels, the war gods, got wiped out in an instant. In an instant. I'm like, yo, this nigga Beelzebub, son. Like, this dude, he's no bitch. Like, he's no joke. He didn't even make any motions. He just stood there. And these guys were incinerated by just his existence. He's a phenomenally powerful demon. Clearly, 3 cuts above Azazel. At least. It's insane. So, he's going to be a real tough challenge later on. That's obvious. That's obvious. In fact, I really do want to see angels and demons clashing, butting heads. I want to see where angels like Michael and Raphael and Gabriel stack up to Beelzebub and fucking Lucifer. Jesus, Lucifer is no damn joke. My God. Beelzebub. I mean, we have Satan. We have Beelzebub. We have Lucifer. I mean, I won't be surprised if there's a character called Old Saint Nick, because honestly, like, there's so many variants of the devil that are portrayed in this series. In fact, there may be a character called the devil, straight up. So it's interesting to take how they do for this particular series, how Side Games did that. But at this point in time, it looks like it's Beelzebub. Like he's the real, like, mastermind. Like, he's the one who's trying to bring upon world destruction. Now, we also get to see, again, because we find out that, again, like, Lavallee is not really her father. And I'm not too sure if Martinet is her father. I don't think so. I mean, no. I believe that the father of Amida is actually Satan. That's my opinion on that. So you have Nicole, the angel. You have Satan, her father. That's what I'm assuming, because I remember when you had that, when Michael was chasing Amida, Michael was blocked by something. Something stood in his way. And it looked like Satan, but I wasn't too sure. So for now, I want to say that her father is Satan. Either way, you have a lot of things being revealed in the sense of, okay, fine, so Lavallee is no longer perceived to be the father of Amida. And we now know that Amida, her growth was accelerated. So now they have to go over to where Amida's mother is, Nicole, the angel. And apparently she's in, I forgot what it was called, the city. Like Pro something, like the city of demons, some shit like that. So based on that alone, like something the demons, I can assume that she's been taken hostage, that she was captured, because apparently she has a unique power that the demons probably want. Meaning Beelzebub and Martinet. So that's interesting in of itself. Because Nicole, she's an angel, and the angels so far have been pretty dominant. But knowing that there are demons that are so powerful where they can just wipe out angels without even looking at them. War God class angels. My assumption here, obviously, is, well, she probably was captured by Beelzebub when she went on a journey to search for her daughter after she was taken by Beelzebub, and she got captured. Now, this brings up the last part where obviously you have at the end of the episode 8. You have Amida and company. They basically Amida and Favreau. Like, they're going on a journey to find moms. And in the meantime, you have Rita and Kaiser still in the capital. However, there is an issue in the capital where, number one, the king, some demon, infiltrated the city, drugged the king, and now the king believes earnestly that Jeanne d'Arc is there to kill him, to usurp him. And these feelings, his envy for her was already there, given the fact that Michael was giving her all these decked out holy weapons and he was getting shit. All Michael said was, yeah, I hear your wishes and keep on doing you. Jeanne d'Arc fucking spear, sword. You want it, you got it. They're getting not fucking raised. What the fuck? I want good shit. But apparently, you ain't getting shit. You a crusty old king. So, he's clearly pissed. And those feelings were exacerbated because you had the drugs from the demon, whoever that demon is. And finally, it is at the end of the episode, you have one of the guys. I don't know what his name is. One of the lieutenants of Jeanne d'Arc, not Lavallee, but the other guy. He walks into the king's room, and the king is like, "Oh, like, not a big deal. Like, I know who you are. Like, oh, it's you." And all of a sudden, this dude's head rolls. You're like, "Fuck." So, what's going on there? Don't know. But obviously, it's going to be a huge role, especially pertaining to Lavallee, Jeanne d'Arc, Kaiser, and Rita, who are still in the capital. Kaiser and Rita mainly because they're going to be questioned as to why, or how Amina escaped. And maybe even Lava Lake too, because Lava Lake was the one who actually gave them the underwater pathway to escape the capital city. So overall, that's it. The episodes, episode 7, I did like a lot. Good plus. Episode 8, I'm gonna give it amazing, because that episode is quintessential. Very important. Very important for the overall story. And they've made a lot of leaps and bounds, and it's the more we find out, the more fascinating, the more intriguing, the more awe-inspiring the story becomes, to be quite honest with you. So overall, I'm done. King of Lightning, rate the video, comment, subscribe. Peace. Have a nice damn day.